Welcome to our Research Data Network series. In this video, we will be discussing research data networks, what they are, and why researchers would want to use them. We will also introduce the 4 research data networks available to University of Utah researchers, what they are, their key features, and best fit. Furthermore, we will talk about costs and where you can go for more information. Research data networks facilitates access to standardized and harmonized electronic health record data from multiple sources and locations and presents them in a single, easy-to-use and secured view. As a result, researchers can access electronic health record from multiple organizations in one location while abiding by federal and state privacy protection laws. These tools provide access to a larger, broader, and more diverse population that can be used to generate real-world evidence. Lastly, although data from these resources are primarily from electronic health records, in some instances, electronic health record data is harmonized with data from other sources, such as registries, lab, vital records, claims, payer, and so forth. The National Patient-Centered Clinical Research Network (PCORnet), the National COVID Cohort Collaborative (N3C), TriNetX, and ACCRUAL for Clinical Trial, the ACT network, are the research data networks available to every researcher at the University of Utah. The University of Utah Clinical and Translational Science Institute Biomedical Informatics core staff are available to facilitate the usage of these resources as well as provide guidance and help as needed. One question you or someone else might ask is, which resource is the best fit for my project? Why this question depends on a host of factors like the type of research, the focus of the research, the question you're trying to answer, where you are in the research process, funding, and so forth. In this presentation, we will briefly introduce the 4 research data network available to you as a researcher at the University of Utah, what you can do with it, as well as how much it might cost. Let's begin with the National COVID Cohort Collaborative (N3C). N3C represents a collaborative vision for a national data resource that will turn data into the knowledge urgently needed to address the COVID-19 pandemic. The N3C systematically collects electronic health records data derived from different institutions and harmonizes this data in the N3C Data Enclave. The N3C Enclave is a centralized resource available for collaborative research. It houses the largest collection of COVID-19 related data in the United States. Data partners include the National Patient-Centered Clinical Research Network, TriNetX, ACCRUAL for Clinical Trial, and Observational Health Data Sciences and Informatics. The N3C Enclave is suited for every COVID-19 related research and is now harmonized with data from Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which has strengthened the overall capacity of the Enclave. The N3C Enclave allows researchers to collaborate with other researchers and scientists in a secured environment equipped with analytics. This resource is free for researchers at the University of Utah. You can visit covid.cd2h.org for more information. Next, let's briefly discuss the National Patient-Centered Clinical Research Network (PCORnet). PCORnet comprises of a community of patients and their families, researchers, scientists, clinicians, health systems, and other committed individuals and organizations. PCORnet is an initiative of the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute and is at the forefront of patient-centered outcomes research. How is Utah affiliated with PCORnet? PCORnet is made up of large clinical data research networks, CDRNs. A CDRN is made up of different health systems and other data partners. Utah participates in the Greater Plains Collaborative CDRN, or GPC. GPC includes 13 leading medical centers in 9 states, including states in the Great Plains, Midwest, and Mountain States, committed to a shared vision of improving healthcare delivery. What can you do with data from PCORnet and GPC? You can do preparatory to research queries, including feasibility studies, engagement, and matchmaking. You can also do observational studies, including epidemiological and health services studies, comparative effectiveness studies, and safety studies. Furthermore, you can engage in interventional studies, including traditional clinical trials as well as pragmatic randomized clinical trials. You can visit gpcnetwork.org and PCORnet.org. Also, email our PCORnet team at pcornet-utah@hsc.utah.edu. Let's briefly discuss TriNetX. TriNetX is a global network that comprises of pharmaceutical companies, healthcare organizations, clinical investigators, and other industry players. The healthcare organizations contribute their data to TriNetX, and in return, their researchers can get datasets for their individual research. They can also get the opportunity to participate in a pharmaceutical industry-sponsored clinical trial. With TriNetX, researchers can access the research network. The research network is a broader network that allows researchers free access to a larger, more diverse population. Presently, dataset from the research network is free for unfunded studies. TriNetX is suited for a wide array of pre-research and research studies. TriNetX can be used for multi-site collaboration and recruitment. The TriNetX platform is equipped with analysts and access is free. Visit trinetx.com for more information. In conclusion, we will discuss the Accrual to Clinical Trial Network, the ACT network. The ACT network is a nationwide federation of leading academic research institutions that share aggregate patient counts from electronic health record data. Researchers can run real-time queries on de-identified patient data from over 150 patient records in real time. Researchers can use the ACT network to explore patient population in depth and in real time from a desktop computer, test and refine inclusion and exclusion criteria for clinical studies, confirm and demonstrate feasibility of clinical studies to funders, IRB, etc. Identify potential partners for multi-site studies. This service is free for researchers at the University of Utah. Visit accrnetwork.us for more information. For study-specific questions and access to any of the tools, please email us at help@ctsi.utah.edu. For more videos and other resources, visit ctsi.utah.edu/calls and services/BMIC. Also check out the supplementary materials below. Thank you.